And welcome back to Electric Bike Mark. On this video, I want to talk about New Jersey's e-bike law, the 2026 summer rollout apocalypse. And specifically, I want to talk about this July 19th deadline and the state of confusion, because it is confusing to many people. And then later on, toward the end of the video, hang in there, because I'm also going to talk about how this could affect, or possibly might affect, other states as well. But here we go. So as I record this video, it is April the 1st, 2026, and we are officially 110 days away from a massive shift in how we ride. If you live in New Jersey, or even if you just commute through the Garden State, the brakes are officially coming off for law enforcement. July 19th, 2026 is the date every rider needs to have circled in red. This is the official deadline for the state-mandated registration and insurance rollout. While many people are treating this like just another rule, the technical meat here suggests otherwise. We are moving away from the honor system where you could just buy an e-bike and ride it. New Jersey is transitioning into a high-intensity enforcement model that treats e-bikes more like mopeds or motorized bicycles. If your motor has a peak output that pushes you into the high-speed tiers, the state no longer views you as a cyclist. They view you as a motor vehicle operator. The confusion right now is at an all-time high. I've been sleuthing in the New Jersey, MVC guidelines, and even the local authorities are struggling to define what is street legal and what is a grandfathered asset. This creates a massive legal trap. If you are out riding this summer and you don't have your house in order by July, you aren't just looking at a ticket, you are looking at potential impoundment and the loss of your property. Let's talk about the registration process. The New Jersey Motor Vehicle Commission is currently offering free registration for e-bikes through the early summer. On the surface, that sounds like a win, but as a technical news anchor, I have to look at the small print. By registering your bike now, you are locking the grid, and your personal data and your bike's technical specs. You are putting your motor's peak wattage into a state database. Once you are in that state, you are subject to the 2027 legal apocalypse and any future power caps. The state is essentially luring riders in with a free plate, but that plate comes with a technical audit of your hardware. If your bike doesn't match the manufacturer's safety certification, or if you've modified the controller for more surge power, that registration could be denied, or worse, flagged for non-compliance. And here is where the confusion really hits. Many DMV offices are still telling riders that they don't have the forms or don't handle e-bikes. This is a classic state of local disconnect. The law says you must register by July 19th, but the infrastructure isn't ready to let you. If you get pulled over in June without a plate because the DMV was closed or confused, you are in a legal gray area that most officers won't have the patience to navigate. This is why our marketplace clicks are up and desperate for e-bikes that already have a clear path to compliance. Now let's look into mandatory liability insurance. For the first time in the U.S. on this scale, a state is requiring e-bike riders to carry active insurance policies. New Jersey has explicitly stated that if your e-bike is classified as a motorized bicycle, which covers a huge portion of the high-power market, you must have a policy on file. I've been sleuthing the quotes for a typical high-performance bike. We are seeing insurance premiums ranging from $250 to $500 per year. If you bought a budget bike for $1,200, you are now looking at paying for that bike all over again in insurance costs over the next 3 years. Most homeowners or renters insurance specifically excludes motorized vehicles used on public roads. If you have a crash in New Jersey this summer and you think your homeowner's insurance will cover the liability, you are likely in for a technical nightmare. The state is requiring specific dedicated e-bike or moped policies. You aren't buying insurance because you want it, you're buying it because the summer rollout has made it a condition of your freedom to ride. We are seeing a major shift from behavioral enforcement to hardware enforcement. In the past, if you rode 15 miles per hour, the cops didn't care what was under the hood. But the 2026 New Jersey regulations are moving toward a database registered model. Law enforcement will actually have access to a list of approved registered models. If your bike has a motor that is stealthy but capable of 1300 watt surges and it isn't registered correctly, you are a target. This is the end of the technical loophole era. This is why 40% of you in our latest poll are looking to buy grandfathered assets right now. You want to get into the system before the requirements get even tighter in 2027. But you have to be careful buying a bike today that can't pass a technical safety audit tomorrow. That could leave you with a very expensive paperweight. Okay, the summer rollout is the biggest test for the e-bike community in years. New Jersey is the bellwether. What happens there will likely spread to New York, Florida, and California by 2027. Don't wait until the July 19th deadline to sleuth the answers. Document every attempt you make to register. Call your insurance agent and get a coverage exclusion letter in writing if they won't cover you. Stay technical, because in this new era of enforcement, I don't know is a one-way ticket to the impound lot. I should say I didn't know. And in closing, I'm going to leave you with this. If you're sitting in Florida, California, or New York thinking this is just a New Jersey problem, I have some technical meat that might change your mind. New Jersey isn't acting alone. They are building the national blueprint for how e-bikes will be regulated in 2027. Look at New York City. They are already deep into the New York Police Department moped crackdown, e-moped crackdown. And proposals like Priscilla's Law are moving closer to making registration and license plates mandatory for all e-bikes. Down in Florida, the state has just launched a mandatory data pipeline starting this month. Every police agency is now required to track e-bike accidents by motor class and modification status. This data is being fed into a task force that sunsets in October of 2026, with the explicit goal of deciding if Florida needs the New Jersey hammer, including registration and mandatory helmets for the 2027 season. Even California is sleuthing new hardware restrictions and geofencing requirements to stop the 1300 watt loophole we talk about so much on this channel. The reality is, once the insurance companies see the revenue New Jersey is generating from their mandatory policies, they will lobby every other state to follow suit. You are looking at a national insurance cliff by 2027. This is why I tell you to buy your grandfathered assets now. Buy now. Whether it's a 1300 watt peak bike or a high torque mid-drive, the technical window is closing. States are moving from how to ride to what you own. And I don't make up these laws. I'm just passing them on to you. I don't like them. I don't like them any more than you do. I get lots of comments on this and the bad news and all that, but I just want to keep you informed. And I say, if you're thinking about buying an e-bike and you don't own one at all, or you're thinking about getting another e-bike and it's going beyond 750 watts, we're talking peak wattage, which most bikes, all the ones I own, are over 750 watt peak. Get it now, because you may not be able to buy one in the future. And if this is grandfathered in, then, and you bought it before 2027, it probably, I should say probably, it shouldn't affect you. At least that's the way it's worded right now. But who knows? These laws are so fluid that what's being proposed and said today, by next year, who knows? All bets are off. So you never know exactly where it's going. But so far, this is what we have. And I'll keep tabs on it as best I can. Sometimes there's so much information coming in, you don't know what's what for sure, but I'll keep you updated best I can. And so stay tuned. This is an ongoing situation that hopefully we get some stability at some point. So that's going to do it for this video. Thank you very much for joining me today on Electric Bike Mark. And if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, anyone new out there or hasn't subscribed, kind of on the fence, give us a subscribe hit there and help our channel grow. We're approaching 6,000 subscribers, so maybe you could be the one to put us right at or over the 6,000 subscriber mark. And if you want to leave a comment on this or any other videos that you've seen on the channel, go ahead and leave that in the comments below. Once again, thank you for joining me today on Electric Bike Mark. And until next time, be safe everyone, enjoy your e-bikes, and keep your wheels on the road. See you later.